Hey, real estate besties. Today is Tuesday, and around here, that means that we are answering your burning questions. Now, I don't care if it's about a deal that you're working, just a question on how to organize something in your business, or if you just want to dish with your good real estate bestie, I am here to answer your questions. Now, if you have a question, head on over to rosemarylewis.com/ask. And you will be able to leave a voicemail and I will answer your question on the podcast. Let's get into our question for today. Hey besties, welcome to Tuesday for our Q&A. And today's question is from a bestie in my inbox named LaDonna. And LaDonna said, Rosemary, I'm really struggling to figure out what I should put as my goal for 2024. Can you give any insight on your goal selection process? So LaDonna, thank you so much for this question because I definitely know that it is a question that a lot of people may have. And I want to make sure, especially as we are getting closer to the beginning of the new year, you all are definitely thinking through what you want your business to look like, what you want to add in, what you want to delete. And I'm hoping that the way that I answer this question just helps you think through it. So for me, I know that a lot of agents start looking at their year or looking at their goals. And I often hear people saying how many transactions they want to close, right? I want to close 100 homes. I want to close 30 homes. I want to close 12. I want to close 15. And I did that for a while. But what I realized is that the numbers can be very, like they can shift a whole lot based on only tracking transactions. I remember when I was first friends with somebody, a real estate bestie, when I first started, she was telling me like my first year, she was like, the weird thing is that I sold the same number of houses, but I made like $80,000 less on year 2 than I did on year 1. And I'm trying to figure out what I did differently. And $80,000, like that is a big jump. That's a huge disparity. But the thing is that she was going after transactions instead of setting an income goal. Because if year 1, you're selling houses and your average price point is a little bit higher, but then as she got to be more well-known, she started helping a lot of entry-level buyers. She was doing more or the same amount or at least even more work, but because she only was thinking about transactions, she wasn't tracking income. Look up at the end of the year and her income was actually lower. So what I do, you all, is I think through, okay, how much money I want to make, and that is going to look different for every single person. I know when I first got into the real estate business, I was like most people, my goal was very loose. I just wanted to make 6 figures. Like if y'all just gave me 6 figures, I was like, my life would be wonderful. Now we know, because I have taught you on this podcast and we've talked about it before, how we need to be definitely more specific about exactly what we want. And we want, 6 figures, $100,000 is the same as 500,000. Which one you want, sis? But when I first started, initially, I really thought to myself, if I could double my teaching salary, which would have put me right above $100,000, then that would have been perfect for me. It's different now. It looks different. My number is a little bit different, but the process is still the same, because what I do is I first figure out, okay, how much money, like what is my bottom line? How much money do I need to make to support my family and to run my business efficiently, right? So there is an income goal. Then I look at the previous year and I figure out, based on my past sales, the average sales price based on my past sales, I need to figure out, okay, how many homes do I need to sell at my average price point in order to hit that income goal? And that's how I come up with the number of transactions, okay? And then I know as the year goes on that if my sales prices are right around this number, give or take a little bit lower, a little bit higher, then I will efficiently hit my income goal. Now, someone may be thinking, well, Rosemary, I'm just now getting started. Number one, I don't know what's attainable. And then I also don't know what an average sales price is. One thing that you can do is you can have a conversation with your broker, with your board, to see what is the average, like what is the average agent doing. But realistically, y'all, we know that the average agent is selling way less than what it really takes to be successful and do this thing full time. So you might want to think about what an average agent does and double it, right? So if average in your market is 6, maybe you shoot for 12, but you figure out exactly your number, right? You figure out how much you want to make. So if I was to sell 12 homes, right, at the average price point of the market, how much money am I making? And then you can play with it that way. Or you can actually do the reverse. Decide, I want to make 125,000. I want to make 250, like whatever your number is. I want to make $1 million. Then figure out the average price point in your area, and then do it the same way that I did. When you think about the average price point, and then what is the average commission, and now you figure out how many homes you have to sell at the average price point, right where you want to sell in order to get to your goal. And the last thing I'm gonna say about goals is, listen, the goal should scare you just a little bit. The goal should make you a little bit uncomfortable to where you're like, okay, I'm gonna have to get my weight up. And I mean, like, not my physical weight. I want us all to be at a substantial weight that works for us. But I'm going to have to get my activities. I'm going to have to get, my resources. I'm going to have to make sure that I'm doubling down and I know what to do so that I can hit those goals. This is exactly what we teach in Real Estate Bestie Academy. So if it's still time, I don't know, depending on when you're listening to this, there may be an opportunity for you to jump into the academy. Go to rosemarylewis.com/academy. And if we are already in the academy, then go ahead, still go to rosemarylewis.com/academy, and then you can hop on the wait list. And if you need some assistance with helping you develop your SMART goal, I do have a free resource for you. If you go to the resources page on our website, we have so many resources for our besties, and one of them is a SMART goal worksheet where it teaches you how to really come up with your goal. So go to rosemarylewis.com/resources, and you can get that goodie along with a few more. So hope this was helpful, and I'll talk to you soon.